Hey guys, happy Friday. Thank God, TGIF. All right, so what happens here is that we have our back squat, right? You will have a set number of rounds, a set number of reps in an interval time format, right? Think about the cool thing to think about in the back squat is that you want your trunk strong. You want you want to go down in a straight line, control the movement, don't collapse at the bottom, keep the knees facing out, keep the feet connected to the ground, and just stay connected to the movement overall, right? And so typically what happens in this back squat, right? We have the meaty part of our traps or the lower part of our necks that we kind of want the bar to rest around. If you think about your knuckles facing the ceiling, is going to create a level of tension on the barbell coming down into your body. And then that's actually kind of great, right? We want to, it's a lot easier to move a dry noodle than a wet noodle. That makes sense? Across the table. And so we want to incorporate as many dry noodle principles as possible, right? Because if we have any wet noodles, then it's going to be really, really tough to kind of push it with one finger across the table. And so if that's the case, energy might be in areas, or force or pressure might be in areas of our body that just isn't best for us long term, all right? So the importance of having a brace body is that. So we get here, brace before we go, stand up, take a step back, get your feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out, knuckles facing up. That way we create that tension. Eyes neutrally forward. You can kind of look up, but that's not necessarily necessary. If you look down to keep the spine straight, it's okay. It's different preferences for everyone. But the most important thing is feet flat, knees out, chest tall. Cool. So that'll be that part for the back squat. So once we get in with back squats, we'll have some power cleans. Now in the power cleans, you start in this deadlift position. We'll explode through the middle, catching our front rack. Feet move slightly out, butt down, chest tall, elbows forward, the whole shebang. You guys have been around the block before, all right? So can't be too close, right? The barbell needs to be close to the body. How close? You can't be too close, okay? Hands outside. Comfortable. Butt down, chest tall. Power clean. So essentially, all it is the deadlift to front support and a mini squat. Cool? Cool. Now, let's talk about this workout. Because in this workout, we have a variation of our power clean. I'm gonna bring Sam over here. We have a variation of our power clean, and it's just a hanging variation. And we have our wall ball. So our wall ball is our squatting principles with an external object that we're gonna hold in front of our face, and we're gonna toss it to a target on the wall. All right, so we'll get started with this workout with the wall balls. Right in front of your face, almost like you can smell it. Hands underneath the ball. So then that way, this is a lot of shoulder. This is a lot of triceps, lats, your bigger muscles in your body, okay? So we'll come down, hit the top line, hit the top line, hit the top line. Venice, especially people shooting on this wall. Accuracy, the top line's 10 feet. We don't want any more pitchers falling on the floor. All right? All right, cool. Once we get done with the wall balls, we'll go into this hang power clean. So the first thing we have to do is just stand up with the freaking barbell, right? Because that's how we establish the hang. Establish the hang. And then a couple ways you guys can do this, right? We can lean back, explode up, drop down, stand up, right? And we can just play that game with our feet moving here to here to here to here, which is completely fine. And we can play that game leaning forward to up to forward to up. Most likely, you'll use that strategy in one or two arenas. The weight's really heavy or you're relatively new, all right? If the weight's relatively light or we have a little bit more experience, maybe we keep our chest tall, all right? So we still establish the hang. And then from here, we just sit and explode, sit and explode, sit and explode, all right? So those are two different ways you can do the same movement. Both of them are correct, all right? Rope climb. For this movement, for our people that this movement is not available to you yet, we can just stand close to the rope. We can start to lean back, go hand under, hand under, hand under, hand under, hand under until our backs hit the ground. And then we can go hand over, hand over, hand over, hand over, hand over until we're standing back up. People who are learning this movement, the critical piece is your bite, right? The rope will go in between the body, outside the foot, right? The foot that's closest to the ground will come outside the rope on top of the other foot for a bite. And then we stand, right? And now we'll just go knee up. Same thing. And then we stand. So that's how you guys essentially climb the rope, all right? It'll be wash, rinse, and repeat. And it's really, it's one of these things that is very simple to understand, but not easy to do. So we get it. Link up with your coach, get really good at this, because I really love the feeling of someone getting their first rope climb. So that'll be a rope climb. To recap the movements: wall balls, hang power cleans, rope climbs. You guys have this in some sort of format. Work hard, have fun, go get it. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday.